wonderful story time at the Gibsons District Public Library. My name is Pippa. Thank you so much for joining me today. So, can you see something a little bit different? Well, I have a blue Band-Aid on my finger. I got a paper cut, but I got a fun blue Band-Aid, so that's great. And I'm surrounded by hearts. Are you surrounded by hearts too? Maybe you've been making heart crafts, because this week we're celebrating Valentine's Day. So we're going to do a story time today that has songs about love and kindness and a few exactly about Valentine's Day. So let's start by getting a beat, clapping our hands and our knees, hands and our knees, and we're going to get that beat. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as, what's the opposite of high? Low as we can. Say it deep, say it low. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quickly as we can. Hello! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as, what's the opposite of quickly? Slow. That's right, slowly. Hello. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as silly as we can. Blip, 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 blip. Hello, blip, 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 blip. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as nicely as we can. Hello, nice to see you. Hello, and welcome to Story Time. So as I said, we're going to do some Valentine's Day songs and read some Valentine's Day books as well. So let's start off with a song called Hearts and Flowers. And it's to the tune of Brother John, or in French, Frère Jacques. Do you recognize that tune? Frère Jacques, Frère Jacques. Okay, so we're going to do it together with that tune, but with different words. Hearts and flowers, chocolates too, chocolates too. A day to say I love you, a day to say I love you. Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. Good work. Let's do that one more time, okay? Should we do a deep breath again too? Okay. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. Hearts and flowers. Hearts and flowers, chocolates too, chocolates too. A day to say I love you, a day to say I love you. Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. That's a good one. Should we do it a third time? I kind of want to do it one more time. Okay. Hearts and flowers, chocolates too, chocolates too. A day to say I love you, a day to say I love you. Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. Nice work. Do you like getting chocolates or hearts or flowers for Valentine's Day? I think all three is pretty great myself. All right, what do we have? We also have a song, which you should recognize, and it's called If You're Kind and You Know It. And this one is to the tune of if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But it's if you're kind. So one of the things that's nice to remember on Valentine's Day is one of the ways we say I love you is by being kind to people and to our family. So this is lots of suggestions on how to be kind, and also gives us a good pat on the back when we are kind. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're kind and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're kind and you know it, clap your hands. If you're helpful and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're helpful and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're helpful and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're helpful and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're generous and you know it, peekaboo, peekaboo. If you're generous and you know it, peekaboo, peekaboo. If you're generous and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're generous and you know it, peekaboo, peekaboo. If you're thoughtful and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're thoughtful and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're thoughtful and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're thoughtful and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. Nice work. So let's see, what are the words that we learned in that song? So there was kindness, there was being helpful, there was being generous, and there was being thoughtful. Those are great ways to show people that we love them or that we support them, that we're friends with them. Okay, now on that theme, I have this book. It's called Be Kind. Let's see, looks like it's raining. And this girl has an umbrella that she's sharing with this girl. That's a kind thing to do. I don't really like being out in the wet without a coat or an umbrella. It's a bit uncomfortable. So this book is called Be Kind. It's written by Pat Zietlow Miller. It's illustrated by Jen Hill. And it's published by Roaring Brooks Press. So let's get comfortable. You're in a cozy spot and we can all enjoy this book together. Let's see, it starts off and it is purple on the inside. Sometimes that doesn't mean much, but in this book, I think it's a bit of a theme. A theme is something that you see over and over again. So let's look for more purple. Be kind. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's the first page. That's a good place to start. Tanisha spilled grape juice yesterday. Looks like, what color grape juice is that? Purple, that's right. All over her new dress. Everyone laughed. I almost did too, but Mom always tells me to be kind. So I tried. Oh boy, Tanisha is having a hard day. I don't think it worked. I said, purple is my favorite color. I thought Tanisha would smile, but she ran into the hall instead. When she came back, snack time was over. She put on her art smock and didn't look at anyone. I almost told Tanisha that art was my favorite class, but I didn't want her to leave again. So I painted purple splotches and added some green until I had a bunch of beautiful violets. While I painted, I thought about Tanisha. Should I have handed her my napkin? Let her borrow my sweatshirt? Spilled juice so everyone stared at me instead? What does it mean to be kind anyway? Let's That's a good question. Maybe it's giving. Making cookies for Mr. Rinaldi, who lives alone. Letting someone with smaller feet have my too tight shoes. He might win races in them, too. Maybe it's helping. Putting dirty dishes in the sink. Cleaning up after Otis, our class guinea pig. He's a messy eater. Where's Otis? Maybe it's paying attention. Telling Desmond I like his blue boots. Asking the new girl to be my partner. Listening to Aunt Franny's stories, even the ones I've heard before. Being kind should be easy, like throwing away a wrapper, or recycling a bottle, or saying thank you. Bless you. My mom says the quickest way to be kind is to use people's names. Hey, Kayla. What's new, Omar? Good afternoon, Rabbi Mandelbaum. Being kind can be hard, too. Even when you know what to do, teaching someone something I'm good at is tricky, even when I'm patient. Looks like she's trying to teach her baby brother to read and learn letters. And sticking up for someone when other kids aren't kind is really hard and really scary. Maybe I can't solve Tanisha's grape juice problem. Maybe all I can do is sit by her in art class and paint this picture for her, because I know she likes purple too. Maybe I can only do small things, but my small things might join small things other people do. And together, they could grow into something big. It looks like her yarn is coming undone. And then she's knitting a scarf. Something really big. So big that all our kindnesses spill out of our school, spread throughout town. Let's see, is everybody helping each other? Animal refuge, the library, the bus stop, someone's helping them with a map. Someone's getting get well soon flowers. Somebody's getting helped at the post office. Somebody's donating at the consignment store. These are helpful things. Kindness could travel across the country and go all the way around the world. Right back to Tanisha and me. So we can be kind again and again. And again. And look, she put it up on her wall. And that's the end of Be Kind. And you can check that out anytime you like at the Gibsonson District Public Library. It was a great story. Sometimes it can be hard to figure out how to be kind, especially in the moment. So there's some good ideas there. You don't have to fix everything, but sometimes a little kindness, just like a seed, can grow and help a lot of people. All right, I've got another Valentine's Day song. This is called 5 Valentines. So let me pick up my 5 Valentines here. I've got a blue Valentine's card. I've got a green Valentine's Day card. What color is this one? Purple. Pink Valentine's Day card. And a yellow Valentine's Day card. Let's see. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Valentine's Day cards. Okay. We'll sing it once, and then we'll all do it together a second time as well. 5 Valentine cards outside my door. I gave one to my sister, and then there were 4. 4 Valentine cards, beautiful to see. I gave one to my brother, and then there was 1, 2, 3. 3 Valentine cards, lovely and new. I gave one to my mother, and then there were 1, 2. 2 Valentine's cards, isn't this fun? I gave one to my father, and then there was 1. 1 Valentine card, and I will say, as I give it to you, Happy Valentine's Day! Good job. Okay, here come my Valentine cards back. Pink and yellow, all 5. Okay, let's do that one more time. 5 Valentine cards outside my door. I gave one to my sister, and then there were 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Valentine's cards, so beautiful to see. I gave one to my brother, and then there were 1, 2, 3. 3 Valentine cards, lovely and new. I gave one to my mother, and then there were 1, 2. 2 Valentine cards, isn't this fun? I gave one to my father, and then there was 1. 1 Valentine card, and I will say, as I give it to you, Happy Valentine's Day! Good work, everybody. Thanks for singing along with me to our Valentine's Day themed story time. So let's wrap up with our goodbye song. And we're going to start with a beat. Clap, slap, clap our hands, slap our legs. Clap, slap, clap, slap. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loud as we can. Goodbye! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quietly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as high as we can. Goodbye! Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as low as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as silly as we can. Goodbye. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as nicely as we can. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today at the Gibsonton District Public Library virtual story time. I'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.